All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a game. This is going to be between RomanticHuman and, well, over here on the bottom side, we have back to WarCraft's or BTW's Razzorman. I don't know who these particular players are, so I'm not going to really say about these players, but I do know it is a 1.29 replay, and hopefully it does not bug out. Let's go ahead and speed things just up just a little bit. This is taking place here on Twisted Meadows, and I'm really just trying to cast a 1.29 replay since so many people are like, hey, we want to see this game in full screen, 1080p. Why can't you do that for us? And well, I am doing that exactly now. Anyways, it looks as though the human player will be going for water elementals, coming back around the corner, should be throwing a fireball off on all of these units here, and then once that is done and ready to go, he should drop another water elemental, hoping that the ensnare gets, well, thrown down onto a militia instead. There's a boulder, there's a militia, however, it is not able to engage. Militia now going to go ahead and engage against this rock golem here. Meanwhile, at the other end of the map, it is going to be a Farseer who is already coming out doing some harassment and scouting. Archmage should be able to get to level 2 off of this creep camp, picks up a belt of giant strength +2, which is normally a very powerful item when you are going up against well, another human player, and very strong on the Panda. I don't believe Panda is going to be that useful in this matchup, though, as we are looking at the Farseer already coming in here. Cucumber, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Footman is already in this position here. As you can take a look, these militia need to try and get away. Not going to be able to do exactly that as the Farseer gets an early kill. Alright, the Spirit Wolves are chasing after the militia. It looks as though the Farseer is going to resummon those wolves to try and deny some experience. No, it does not. Experience is given to the Archmage, but he's already sitting at level 2 as the Farseer looks to back up. You can take a look at this Spirit Wolf down to 33 hit points at 250 hit points right there. Is it going to be able to poke back? No, it is not, as a new round of Spirit Wolves are now going to be pushed through again. Farseer, well, what is the issue here? The one water elemental actually going past the farm line, and it should be able to put a lot of pressure onto these units. As the Spirit Wolves try to run back out, they'll be able to do exactly that. Archmage, the timing on that fireball, not quite enough, but he was able to get one kill right there. Farseer looking to back up here once more, and we'll see. Well, looks as though a healing salve and a clarity potion is going to allow him to continue that pressure, as we do see grunts onto the field, which means the barracks is up and operational, as we are also teching the tier 2. Voodoo Lounge was also done, as you can take a look at this grunt. This grunt could end up getting surrounded here. Archmage does have the benefit of Brilliance Aura, as the Farseer is going to once again try and put pressure with all of these units. The Spirit Wolves, however, doing a great job there. Farseer, however, going to be able to take down, no, oh, yes, finally takes it down with another Spirit Wolf there. But the Farseer is getting a good amount of experience from these Spirit Wolves, as the Farseer, well, excuse me, the Archmage, as the Farseer once again is going to push on in once more. This Water Elemental is not going to be able to get in right there. Spirit Wolves trying to engage, not going to be able to do any real damage, as those militia do have significantly more armor. I believe it's 5 armor, as a scout tower finally being pushed down, but it may be too little too late. The harassment is nearly completed, and that arcane tower, I guess, is just going to be good for any sort of follow-up play, as the Spirit Wolves still running back around. Archmage looking to finish off some Spirit Wolves there, not going to be able to do so, as the Farseer once again drops in more Spirit Wolves. Farseer is just playing a very heavy game of harassment, trying to deny the Archmage any true traction. Now, behind all of this harassment, we should be looking at the Orc player getting a very strong tech. We are about done with the Great Hall upgrade, and with that Great Hall upgrade done, are we perhaps going to be going into Bestiary, or are we going into the Spirit Lodge? Both are incredibly powerful openings, both with their own ups and downsides. Spirit Lodge is better at dealing with summons with that disenchant, and also better at dealing with slow. But then again, the Bestiary, Wind Riders and Raiders are very powerful as well. I'm not quite sure if he's going to try to double up on one, or if he is going to just split between the two. Now that Farseer has taken a little bit too much damage, Grunts will be forced to back up again. Farseer, Archmage going to battle it out. A little bit of damage being danced back and forth as the, well, Footman and Water Elemental able to get in more experience again. Archmage does have Boots of Speed. Grunts need to head back away once more, as the Farseer is finally going to be heading back home with a healing salve ready to go. There is a Bestiary, there is a Spirit Lodge. It is a 1-1 building, as we are now going into the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain with Stomp and Shockwave can in fact deal a large amount of damage. Grunts trying to get into position. A Sheep actually blocking the blocking pathing of a Grunt as it tries to get away. YKJ, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in again, as the Grunt is now looking to, well, head back off to the north. Farseer looking to get some experience on the board. Finally been sitting at level 1 for close to 6.5 minutes, as Razzorman here going to go ahead and clean up the gnolls and these remaining units. Back off here, we're going to be looking at a Mountain King being added in, as we are, well, still trying to decide what the overall strategies are going to be. Voodoo Lounge in that proxy position. Tauren Chieftain, is it going to perhaps throw down some stomps? No, not quite yet, as the Spirit Wolves getting in some of that damage, trying to get to those back Gnoll Wardens, but going to go ahead and finally engage against the Gnoll Overseer. Continuing the fight, there is a Purge onto that Gnoll Warden, another bit of damage being dealt, as the Tauren Chieftain will sit about halfway to level 2 after the clearing of that creep camp. Farseer sitting at 2, Tauren Chieftain about halfway, as I mentioned. Claws of Attack +6. Normally an item that Orc players would just be drooling to see, but this time around without the Blade Master, and even with the Blade Master, it would just be nerfed and not as powerful as it once was. If you guys did not read the past patch notes, Critical Strike no longer, or Claws of Attack +6, 9, and 12 no longer help the damage on Critical Strike. Same thing with the Orbs of Lightning and any other type of orb. The only thing that adds damage to Critical Strike now is actually going to be anything that modifies agility. So a Slipper, that actually makes Boot the Quelt the Lost significantly better than Claws of Attack +6, at least when on a Blade Master. Tauren Chieftain, now sitting at level 2, has not shown Endurance Aura yet, so it could be a stomping, shock-waving Farseer Tauren Chieftain. We'll see how much mana we're actually going to be looking at across all of these heroes, as the population count is currently at 46/50 compared to 34/36. Units now heading back off to the north here. Spirit Wolves making their way back up. We're going to be looking at the Archmage, level 3, Mountain King sitting at level 1. Archmage, for some reason, not giving those Pendant of Energy to that Mountain King. The Mountain King is the one that would really benefit a lot more, and considering the fact that that Archmage is already at max or at 0 mana, no real reason why it should even be holding that. Mountain King will get to level 2, picks up a Scroll of the Beast and a Mantle of Intelligence for good measure. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Tauren Chieftain does finally show Endurance Aura, but I have still yet to see a Shockwave or a Stomp. Tauren Chieftain going to be very strong here. We also see, I believe that was a Pure Up of Vitality. Will that stay on the Tauren Chieftain, or will it perhaps be given to the Farseer, since the Farseer is a little bit more of a glass cannon? Archmage still running back around. Pendant of, yeah, the Pendant was finally given to that Mountain King. Mountain King now with 435 maximum mana. This is the perfect opportunity for Romantic, the human player. I don't know if this is actually Romantic, to use, retransition into Blizzard and Thunderclap. Thunderclap on the Mountain King, extremely powerful, especially level 2, as that radius does in fact grow. Footmen are going to be taking a bit of damage. There are sorceresses now out. Footmen not being microed, not quite sure what that was about, but it looks like both sides are just trying to get a lot of experience. Spirit Wolf quickly going to get picked off here, as the Ogre Magi now taken down. Ring of Regeneration adding in extra hit points essentially for that Mountain King, as he'll be able to stay up on top of that for a very long time. 3-3 Farseer Tauren Chieftain going up against a 3-2 Archmage Mountain King, soon to be 3-3. And the timing on this is going to be absolutely key, as the Sorceress does get caught. Now, with that said, the Archmage opting to instead try and clear out this creep camp and get to level 3 on this Mountain King. There's level 3 on the Mountain King. However, footmen are getting taken down by the human, by the creeps, and now the footmen are, and this army is just significantly weaker once again going back. Meanwhile, the other side, Spirit Wolves, a bunch of towers are in position to try and protect this location here as the grunts are knocking at the door, trying to push their way through. Tauren Chieftain still has a good amount of mana. There's a shockwave as all of a sudden the Arcane Towers focuses onto that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain does have a little bit of mana still as we are looking at another building getting taken down. All right, are we finally going to see a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, we are. Shockwave goes through many of those units there as the Tauren Chieftain is now in the back line. Scroll of Town Portal going to go ahead and pull back. We do see a Thunderclap, but I believe the Kodo Beast was able to get something. No, nothing in its belly before the Scroll of Town Portal. Ring of Regeneration, one of my favorite items as well, YK. Yeah, Ring of Regeneration just allows the Mountain King to really press forward and then recover from those battles quickly. Also, the fact that you can switch the item between multiple heroes and does make it extremely useful. It is better on the Paladin though, as that Divine Shield essentially gives it more time to regenerate. On top of that, once you have Priest out with Arcane, with Brilliance Aura, the Ring of Regeneration does lose a little bit of its strength. Perhaps it is better, say, on an Undead Death Knight, since the Undead Death Knight really has no ways of healing itself besides Obsidian statues, but it always feels like the Undead Death Knight already always has a little bit of damage to take. All right, there's that Stormbolt right there. Spirit Wolf will get taken down very quickly. Mountain King still sitting at level 3. No expansion has been set up. This is a 4-3 army going up against a 3-3 still. So, will the Orc actually be able to recover here? Tauren Chieftain is coming across. He does have a Wand of Mana Stealing, so he should be able to shut down a little bit of that Mountain King, save for the fact that the Mountain King has almost 500 mana. With that +3 intelligence, adding in the Pendant of Energy. So much mana right there as we are looking at, what is this? Ivory Towers being positioned to gain a little bit of sight. I don't believe there are any peasants here though, so this is not an expansion attempt. Spirit Wolves are trying to keep track, make sure human player is not trying to expand at all. As we see, well, the Khadgar's Gem of Health. Now that Mountain King over 1,300 hit points, 1,350 to be exact, and he's not even level 4. That hero is going to be very difficult to take out. You can see an expansion over here on the bottom left. Orc player was able to ninja an expansion from his opponent. And what is going on here? The expansion is going to get scouted out, and it is going to take time to get taken out. Farsi are going to go ahead and be pulled back here. The Tauren Chieftain, oh no, we're going to see a Scroll of Town Portal heading back here trying to save this location. Is the Archmage going to be able to Scroll of Town Portal back? There is a couple of disenchants. Tauren Chieftain does have a Wand of Mana Stealing, uses it, but a big Thunderclap across all of those units, but no Blizzard to follow it up. Thunderclap, another Thunderclap right there. You can see how powerful and the range of that Thunderclap once more. That Mountain King saying, you know what, I'll take you all on right there, as another Thunderclap could be in order. Archmage finally using a Scroll of Town Portal. It looks as though a handful of units will get taken down. No, that Raider ends up surviving. We are now at 70 supply compared to 41. Human is significantly behind at this point, as he did not expect that amount of, well, economy coming in from an opponent. Yeah, I've said it in some of my casts already. If you guys have not tried the Mountain King with Thunderclap, that radius is absolutely bonkers now, especially after all of those units are so tightly jam-packed together. You saw what happened after a Scroll of Town Portal. That Thunderclap just, well, ate through so much of the Orc's units. Even though he had a much larger army, he did end up taking a lot more damage. By the time, well, I'll say this, if the Archmage had Blizzard and was able to Blizzard the army on top of this, this game might be in a completely different position. The Tauren Chieftain, however, would then transition into Stomp and would have to get within Stomp range of the Archmage in order to stop him from channeling. Hive Rota, I don't know, is that how you pronounce my name in Chile? Crucilio, once again, thanks for the love from Chile, as we are looking at the Archmage, Water Elementals, Spellbreakers, Sorceresses now making their way down. 73 over 80 supply. And right now, all the human player needs to do is just press his advantage. By pressing his advantage, he'll be in a great spot. Not quite sure how this is all going to unfold, but the Mountain King able to push through, taking down some of those mud golems and those rock golems as well. Orc player is going to try and put pressure over here in the main base. You see no expansion at all, and this is just good map awareness and map control by the Orc to make sure an expansion is not set up. Farseer has taken far too much damage there. Tauren Chieftain does have a potion of mana, as the Farseer taking so much arcane tower damage that it is now out of mana. Tauren Chieftain is going to be able to do anything. All of those units are now back across here. Mountain King is going to try to get into that front spot, is going to be able to Stormbolt. Yes, Stormbolt takes down one unit there, as the Mountain King may try to re-engage. Tauren Chieftain is going to go ahead and engage. There's that Thunderclap. Shockwave across the back units once more, as the Kodo Beast quickly going to get focused down. Spellbreaker is going to pop back out. Guard Towers and Arcane Towers adding a little bit of help. But is it going to be enough? Mountain King continuing to Thunderclap. You can see how powerful that ability is, as another Kodo Beast going to get taken out as well. 59 supply compared to what I gotta believe is right now around a 41. Mountain King Thunderclaps again, is going to go ahead and turn invisible and just simply wait. Tauren Chieftain forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal in a dangerous spot. As you see, well, there goes one Spirit Walker. 63 supply compared to 49. And, well, the human player, Romantic, definitely holding his own when fighting up against a much larger army. Home field advantage, and this is once again all without Blizzard. Archmage is now sitting at level 5, has a Sobi mask. Why doesn't the Mountain King is most likely going to be getting all of these mana regeneration or mana items after the Archmage gets back up to full. Mountain King trying to get to level 5. If we get a level 5 Mountain King, are we going to actually see level 3 Thunderclap? That would be an amazing sight. I still believe that the Archmage probably has far too much mana, as the Mountain King wants to get up to his maximum 315, needs to stand closer to the Archmage with that brilliant aura, and then, well, is he going to finally transfer the items? Yes, there's the Sobi mask, there's that pendant up to 465 already with that brilliant aura. You can see that Mountain King is currently invisible. Is the Archmage going to pick up Blizzard? We do have a large amount of Spellbreakers in that front line, selling some items, picks up a Scroll of Healing. Archmage, is it going to retrain? Let's take a look. Yep, Tome of Retraining it is. And now you have it. Archmage level 5 with Blizzard. Mountain King almost level 5 with Thunderclap. Mountain King just going to get into position right here. Not going to even break the invisibility. Gets up to level 5. And this, well, smaller army of Romantic sitting at 49 over 66. You got to remember, the taxing on the army makes it so that it's only 10 gold a second compared to 14. The economic advantage is, well, 40%, which is rather large, but at the same time, it's about how efficiently you use your army. All right, Tauren Chieftain going to get in a position here. Arcane Vault going to fall. No more Spellbreakers. Units are going to go ahead and try and fight back here. Let's take a look at this. Mountain King, I believe he just launched 2 Thunderclaps and nearly took out multiple units. What is he going to go do here? Is there going to be a Scroll of Town Portal? Not yet. The Mountain King's going to wait until he sees both of these units. There's the Blizzard. No Thunderclap. Blizzard across multiple units here, and what is going down? It is turning into a base race, and why would all of a sudden Romantic not Scroll of Town Portal back home? I don't know. And with that said, he has no way to really save his base. That was a horrible miscalculation right there. Archmage, well, took down an expansion at the cost of his main. And what looked like what could possibly be a great comeback has now fallen desperately short. Romantic is in dire trouble, down to a handful of buildings, and that is it. No expansions, nothing of that sort anywhere to be found. Mountain King comes in, thunderclaps, gonna try and Stormbolt and win this fight any way he can. Gonna go ahead and try to fight back here. Multiple thunderclaps here, but Romantic just absolutely falling apart. No Blizzard, no Potion of Invulnerability to actually let him overstay his welcome, as the Archmage is still fighting his way through. Are we perhaps going to see more Blizzard across multiple units? 63 supply over 60, but the Archmage is now going to get ensnared. Tauren Chieftain is going to go ahead and engage right here. Archmage, well, Tauren Chieftain now seeing at level 5, going to go ahead and try and Blizzard back the other way. There is another ensnare, and that is going to be the game. A strong comeback falls short, I must believe, as you can take a look, wave after wave after wave of that Blizzard. Is it going to actually deal enough damage? I don't think so, and that is going to be the game. Yep, all of those units have been taken out. Romantic with the higher score, but Razzorman able to take the victory. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.